Emma Rutherford from all the way from New Zealand. So everyone, please make Emma welcome on the Galaxy Man Show for today. Go show her the love and support. I'm about to add Emma in right now. As I said, today's show is sponsored by Tyler Rodriguez merch. So if you don't have your merch, get your Tyler's merch today. But yeah, let's add Emma in.
Hi.
Hello, Emma. How's it going?
Good. I'm so sorry I messed up the time.
You're all good. You're fine. You're fine. I just want to say first up, thank you so much for taking the time, Emma, to join my show. It is such an incredible pleasure having you on the show as the guest for today. To people that don't know who you are, Emma, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This is my first IG live,
Okay.
so that's really exciting. So thank you for doing
You're
this with me.
very welcome.
My name's Emma. I am a singer-songwriter from Christchurch, New Zealand. And yeah, I've been doing this for a wee while, based right in Christchurch, so not too far away from you, over the ditch.
By the way, because you're a fellow New Zealander, I have to ask, do you know of a show called The Tribe?
The track. Oh no,
So
I
I'm
don't.
testing your New Zealand knowledge.
Did you? What did you say? I think
So,
you literally just cut out
so,
before.
so yeah, I'm testing your New Zealand knowledge here. So it's like a very famous New Zealand show. It like was very similar, to COVID back in the day, uh, about like it wiping out all the adults, but like leaving all like the teenagers and kids
Ah,
back in the day. But like it was a very cool concept how a New Zealand creator created it and stuff. But yeah, just like if you haven't heard of it, definitely check it out. It's like very famous in Zealand.
oh my, I love that I've missed that. How embarrassing! I'll have to watch it.
So good. Anyways, we'll get right into the questions now. For my very first question, for you, Emma, you've created incredible original songs, and for the first original song I'm going to mention is a song called Change. What was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind this song?
So, change. I'm very proud of that one. That's my latest single. I was going through a lot of change in my life, coincidentally, and around that time, I met my producers, The Response, who are a really cool couple in New Zealand, and they really helped me write that one. And I first, like, the outro of that song was actually the first part of the song I came up with, and I really loved it because it was a bit sassy and it just kind of came to me, so that was quite fun. And then yeah, I sent it over to my producers and we just worked on it together. So it's really about anybody who's going through change in their life, or going through a bad situation, and realizing there is light at the end of the tunnel, even if you have to be on your own for a wee bit. Like, that's totally cool. So that was sort of the inspiration behind that one.
So on to my very next question. So you've also created a song called Crazy, which is another great song of yours. What was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind Crazy?
So Crazy was one of my first songs that I wrote, and I think you can probably tell it's not, I still love Crazy and I'm glad that it exists, but I went through a phase where I thought pop was my thing, like bubblegum pop. And so that song really is bubblegum pop, and I was really inspired by Dua Lipa during that time, and of course I still am. Dua Lipa's like amazing. But I think that was it doesn't really represent me as an artist, but I'm still very glad that I wrote that because it taught me a lot and it helped me really discover the area I want to like be in, and yeah, I guess, yeah, it's just so different to what I'm writing now, but it's really fun. Like, it was originally written for like a summer fun jam, to like just dance to, and that was really the whole inspiration behind that. Just a fun dance pop song.
Awesome. I love that. So on to my very next question. So you've also created a song called Ghost Town. What was it like creating this one, and what's the meaning behind Ghost Town?
Ghost Town, I love Ghost Town. Ghost Town, so I grew up in a small town in North Canterbury, about 40 minutes from Christchurch. And it's about growing up and growing out of a small town. So the song talks about positives and negatives of growing up in a small town, which there are many positives, but I guess some of the negatives, everybody knows everyone, and sometimes people can be small-minded. But of course, I love where I grew up. So yeah, and I wanted to write that song for anyone who was in the same position and was looking forward to getting out of a small town as well. And the music video was so much fun to shoot. I actually shot it in Oxford, my small town, and it's me literally going all the way down the main street of Oxford. And I tried to get as many young community members involved as possible. So I had a girl called Maddie. I think I saw her watching this live, which is so cool. She were involved in that video too. So it was so much fun. But
You
yeah,
did cut out just now.
all good. Sorry.
No, all good.
But yeah, music video was really fun to film. Yeah. Oh, what a throwback. I love Ghost Town.
Yes. So on to my very next question for you, Emma. So what made you decide as an artist, and especially as Emma, to get into like the whole singing process in the first place?
Well, yeah, my story's a wee bit cliche. I'm sure you hear this one all the time, but I just have always loved music, and my family aren't very musical, but they love music, and music was just always around, and I just always remember loving singing, and I would sing at every opportunity, all of the productions. I did a few singing competitions growing up, and just it wasn't ever an option to not perform. I just always loved it. So I didn't really think twice about studying music. I was really excited to leave my town and go to a music school, which I'm so glad I did. And I met some really awesome people there as well, some lifelong friends. And from then, I've just been gigging every weekend, and more recently, I guess, trying to pursue my music career as well as a solo artist. But yeah, it's just always been something I've loved, and I'm really glad I've kept it up.
So on to my very next question. So on to music, like what does music mean to you? Like especially as an artist, like when you're performing in front of crowds, like what does it mean to you?
Great question. Um, I get a lot of fulfillment from singing. I I actually really love like I sing a lot of covers in a cover duo, and I think like I love writing my own music, but I also love singing songs that people can, like for example, yesterday I sung a song that was someone's wedding song, and that's like really special. And I think writing my own music that people, can relate to is really special, but also being able to, sing songs that really do make people happy as well. I think, yeah, that like things like that are so special, and you just don't get that working a regular 9 to 5, you know.
Yeah.
But music is so powerful, and I've worked as well in, I've sung at rest homes where you really see how music can just completely make someone's day, and it's just I've really realized in my very short career in life that how amazing it is, and it's really cool that I can yeah, do this all the time. It's something I hope that I can do forever.
Onto that, like, what does forming a connection mean to you? Like, as an artist, what does forming a connection with someone as an artist, like, what does it mean to you?
It really means everything. Like for example, like what I said about singing in rest homes. Imagine singing to somebody with dementia. Like my grandparents had dementia, singing a song from their youth, and for a short moment, just bringing them happiness, and you really feel that too. That really fills my cup. And I think from doing that work, trying to translate that to writing my own stuff, like really writing to make myself happy and bring that fulfillment and joy, to myself, but then also hoping that that will inspire other people or become a song that, you know, someone can really enjoy. Maybe not now, but maybe in a few years. Yeah, it's just a really lovely thing, isn't it? Music.
So on to my very next question for you. So if you could work with any top three music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
Oh, that's a really good question. And there's so many. Um, my favorite artist of all time is Adele. I just, I love her so much. And oh gosh, I adore her. So I was lucky enough to see her when she came to New Zealand, and
Okay,
I'd love to see her again. I saw my friend Liv is watching this, and yeah, she invited me to a concert of hers, and
that's cool.
I'm considering it because oh gosh, I love her. I also love Elton John. Oh my gosh, I love him. Oh, oh my gosh, I think my whole life would be complete if I could
Meet
write a song with Elton.
Elton John.
Oh my
Yes.
God. And I went to his concert last year in January when he came to Christchurch
Okay.
for my birthday.
Yes.
And Billy Joel. I love Billy Joel.
Yes. I love those. Great choices, by the way. So no, you're very welcome. So onto my next question. So what advice would you give to your younger self? If you could talk to your younger self and say, hey, like, why did I get into music or whatever? What advice would you give to your younger self? And if you could go to any decade in time as an artist, where would it be and why?
Oh, great question. Um, well, I wish if I could go back and tell myself something or give myself advice, I think I'd just like, I definitely I am a bit of a people pleaser, recovering people pleaser, and I just would tell myself to be more confident with my ideas. And because you know, I'm learning actually some of my ideas are, you know, pretty good. And I just wish that I spent more time back then just feeling confident and just writing my songs and getting them out and not holding on to them and being so worried about how they would be perceived or what people would think. So just yeah, I'd go back and just give myself a big hug and say, what you're doing is really cool. Just like you know, be confident and do it. And oh, I don't know why I thought the 80s, but I
Okay.
love, I think yeah, you can't go wrong there. Like going back and going to gigs in the 80s, how fun.
Yes.
And of course, like we have so many bangers that I sing all the time in my cover bands from the 80s that,
Who would your all-time 80s artist be to meet and why?
Tears for Fears for some reason came up. I think,
Okay.
yeah, I was just thinking Everybody Rules the World, and I hope I've got that right by saying 80s, but I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that would be around when that, but I've probably got that wrong, which is really embarrassing. But I go to a gig of theirs for sure
Yes.
and fangirl.
Awesome. I love that. So on to my very next question for you, Emma. So if you could give any upcoming artists advice on wanting to start out in singing in the music industry, what advice would you give them and why?
I would say if you're really serious about music and it's something that you love, there's no harm, and I really recommend studying it, like going out and getting, if it's possible, getting a degree if you can, a music degree, because that is where I met a lot of the people that are not only like lifelong friends, but of course you learn so much, and making those connections as well is really really amazing. Like I wouldn't really be where I am now if I hadn't met those people and performed, like, you know, met them to be able to do cover gigs and all that, and writing and stuff like that. So I'd say, like, if you're really serious about it, go and study it, or go to like a songwriting group and actually meet some people in your area, go to gigs. Um, and yeah, because it's also inspiring, like meeting other people that are like-minded is a really wonderful thing to do. So I definitely recommend getting out there and actually meeting people, studying music, and just if you're really serious about it, you know, sing as much as you can, write music, practice your craft, and just be confident in who you are, and don't be afraid to be different. That's so important. Like, be like really yeah, your little quirks are what make you special. So and stop being so worried about what other people think. You're amazing. I think that's really good advice that I wish that I wish that I listened to when I was younger.
So on to my very last question for you, Emma. So like, what's next for you goal-wise as an artist? Like, do you have any gigs planned? Like, what would you like to announce on the show?
I am I am writing some music at the moment, which is almost done. So I'm in the stages of setting that off, which is pretty exciting. So this year for me is just about getting more music out there. Maybe doing a little tour, which I haven't announced
Okay.
yet, but I'd love to explore New Zealand, but also Australia. So now I've met you, we'll have to
Yeah.
catch up.
Yes, we definitely do. Well, I would love to.
Uh,
Like, I don't know if you've heard of Tamworth Music Festival, but by any chance.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, cool.
Tamworth Music Festival in Australia is one of like the most popular, like especially for artists. Like, it gets so many artists out there, and it's such a great. As like I've been to like Tamworth 2 times now, and it's just such a beautiful thing to see a lot of artists just getting together for like the love of music and stuff. And I love that about music and like artists just coming together for the love of music, and that's what Tamworth Music Festival is all about. Like especially another great festival in Australia I can recommend to you called Groundwater Festival, which is usually in October September time in Australia. Highly recommend that. Like if you do come out to do tours, definitely try and ask those places if you can do a gig there, because we would definitely love to have you in Australia, and we need more New Zealand representation in Australia. So I just wanted to say that.
Sign me up. Like, oh,
Yes.
that sounds so cool.
Well, well, I just want to say thank you so much, Emma, for taking the time to join my Galaxy Man show. It has been such an incredible pleasure having you on the show for today. Everyone, if you don't follow Emma Rutherford, definitely go show her the love, support, get behind more artists like Emma. And yeah, any last final thoughts that you'd like to share to people on the show?
Just thank you so much for having me. Oh, it was so lovely talking to
You
you,
too.
and so cool that you're in Australia and I'm in New Zealand,
Yes.
and we're just like I love that. And I want to
Yeah.
shout out my beautiful best friend Olivia, who's been so supportive on this live.
Hello, Olivia, by the way.
But yeah, thank you so much for having me, and it's been really cool to make a new friend out of this.
Well, thank you so much again, Emma. Stay safe. And everyone in New Zealand, watch the tribe, keeping the dream alive.
City lights are calling me far, far away. Something deep inside of me is begging for change. I've been doing better on my own, it's better this way. I will never let you close enough to hurt me again. I won't take the blame, it doesn't faze me now. You know I won't let you waste another day. I'll try to put it all behind, but all these memories get the best of me. These scars will dissolve in time, but some small part of me doesn't wanna be over what was you and I. But I know I'm better on my own. I've gotta let you go now. Nothing ever changed for you. Isn't that strange? No, I'm sick of being blamed for things, so I'll push you away. I won't take the blame, it doesn't faze me now. You know I won't let you waste another day. I'll try different lens. Keep walking, baby, and tell your friends. They never called me anyway, and I knew that was the way